Hello and welcome. My name is Brian Dixon. I'm recording this presentation for my final project for ALY 6080 here at Northeastern. Bit about my final project. I decided to build a billing dashboard for my employer being State Street, and the group I work for is called FunConnect. This is a global trading platform. So how FunConnect bills for revenue is we receive a small fraction of the net investment of our clients. We're talking fractional pennies to the dollar when we're talking clients with billions of dollars over a long period of time. With the number of clients, it adds up. And that's how we get paid. So this dashboard allows users at my company to query specific clients, specific investment types across a date range in order to visualize the calculated billing revenue based on our clients and based off of their assets that we have. So with that said, I'll show you how the dashboard works and what it's capable of doing. So the dashboard layout is pretty simple, easy to understand. You're able to build your query based off of the fund providers and the clients or institutions within a specified date range. So you're able to select in the drop down of which investment choices you're looking to query. You can select multiple investment fund companies. You can also select a number of clients. For this project, the clients' names have been hidden and replaced with college basketball mascots. And you can select a number of them as well. And you can select your date range using this date picker. A query can be built from this where it'll produce tables and graphs based off of the given choices. You're also able to select a number of chart types that you'll be able to see, and we'll go over that in a second. Also, you're able to unselect your choices and build a specific query without any fund provider selected. It'll know to search for all fund providers. So we'll go ahead and build a query like that now. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the Bears and the Bengals. We'll keep this date range, and from here we can click chart query, and a request will be made to the Looker API where we'll retrieve data and build our charts and tables upon it. So now you can see the API request is now complete based on the query given of seeing institutions of Bears and Bengals across the given time frame of all fund providers. What results is a chart and the tables that you see here. The chart itself is a time series line chart, and the title gives you an explanation of what type chart you're seeing, which is of daily balances across the given range for the given clients. Because we invest in multiple currencies, this is all converted to US dollar equivalent based on that day's FX rate across the given currencies that we have on the platform. Below you can see a table. This is a cleaned up version of what comes from the query or the API request. This is built into a table where you have the billing rates calculated automatically along with the balances and any given client and fund company across that date range. So you're able to take this information and do with it what you will. It gives you kind of a tabular form of the data that we're seeing charted above. To the right of this is a quick snapshot of some key metrics. Gives you the max, min, and mean and the change over the time period of the query data. This lets the user kind of just have a good understanding of what they're seeing before they do any further data exploration. So back to the chart. This is all the charted data. You're able to hover over the line, and it gives you a snapshot of date and balances of the fund company and client that you're looking at. You can see this across all the lines that are charted. If you need to look at that at any given day, you can simply hover over it and find the information out to the nearest penny. With this, you can also unselect certain charts, or certain lines rather, that you no longer wish to see. You can unselect them and they'll go away. You can also go back in and bring those back. One other thing you can do is you can zoom in on a specified date range, so you can zoom in on this date. If you need more clarity on a specific date range, you can do that, and you can also zoom back out. So over here you have the different chart types that you're able to see on this dashboard. So you can, if you want less granularity, you don't need to see all the fund providers, you just want to see it broken down by client name. You can select that. There we are. And you can see it broken down by a specific client instead of each line being a specific client and fund company combination. If you want to see the opposite, you can just see based on fund companies, and we'll have combined institutions. So it's just a simple way to make it so that you're seeing less data, or the specific data that you want to see. So right now we're seeing balances. Next thing you can do, you can also toggle over to see what we are getting in terms of billing. So you see that the data is a little bit different, obviously a smaller amount. That's because we have different billing agreements with the different fund companies. So the rate at which we bill our clients will be slightly different depending on which fund company it is. So you're able to see that here. So you're able to get a daily snapshot of which company and which client we're able to bill on a daily basis. Also, you're able to have the line graphs separated, as you see here. You can also stack it, and this gives you a stacked version of the line chart. Again, if you're needing to see it this way, just another feature, another way to explore the data. Again, the functionality of unselecting and reselecting still applies on all the charts. Next, we're able to explore the data not in a daily time series, but in monthly. With monthly, I opted to convert it to a bar chart, so you can see on any given month it charted in a bar chart of, I guess, billing for each fund company for February, and then again for March. Again, you can stack these. We'll create two bars of where we are with billing for the month of February and where we are billing with the month of March. So this would be good for management to see. I guess we're slightly down in the month of March, but the month of March is not over yet as well, so keep that in mind. You're able to do the same for balances, stack that as well, and give a nice snapshot of where we stand in balances month to month. With the table below, you can download the data, print out a CSV file that you can do whatever manipulation that you want in Excel, read it into Python, send it an email, your choice. But yeah, it just gives you further options of what you'd like to do with the data once you're able to pull the query from Looker. So this second query that we're looking at kind of shows the utility of being able to toggle on and off certain line charts or certain lines within the chart. If you're looking to see what's below with the green and red lines, you can hide those two above, and we get to see these with a little bit more precision than when it was compared with other lines of much greater volume. So that's beneficial for the user. Again, functionality is more or less the same. We can toggle these back, and we can see billing. Interesting to see billing discrepancy across BlackRock versus Fidelity Investment. It just comes down to kind of the decision on the agreement of pay rate and how all that works. To kind of get a little sneak peek of how we operate. But yeah, quite a big difference knowing that the balances were comparable, but the billing rate themselves quite uh, quite a big difference. So it's interesting to see that, and the use of this billing dashboard definitely allows people to make insights that they maybe otherwise wouldn't if they weren't able to visualize it in this way. Um, so yeah, just another useful feature that comes with this dashboard. So this third and final query um, allows us to kind of take a look at billing and balances from a different angle. Instead of looking at a client by client level, we're able to query a particular fund provider, and it kind of gives you a breakdown of all clients that invest within that fund provider. So it kind of lets the user and management kind of look at billing and balancing from a different lens, gives it more insight and more utility. So just another feature that this billing dashboard has when the user applies the search criteria just by fund provider. So in closing, kind of have here kind of a bonus query. Um, what this shows is this additional line right here, maximum of 20 fund provider and institutional combinations exceeded. This had to be built in place for a query such as this, where you select no fund providers, no institutions. So essentially what you're getting is every combination of investment and client. So there could be, I would guess, upwards of thousands of these combinations. So once that combination exceeds 20, it concatenates all balances and billing rates and kind of charts it out as one complete line graph. This is interesting because this gives you the entirety of the business at any given date range. You still have a lot of the functionality still there besides the granularity. You still have your key metrics here in the corner. You still have downloadable data that you can download and use, and you can still toggle back and forth between billing. So this is nice just to see, the company as a whole. You don't need to see every single client listed, every single fund company listed. This is kind of in its entirety. So this definitely has its usefulness as well. As I continue to work on this project, I hope to add more features. A couple ones I have in mind based off feedback from management is to add the ability to toggle back and forth of assets that are based in the U.S. versus assets based out of the U.S. For them, they express interest in a feature like this. They also express interest in toggling over different types of clients. Not all clients are the same. There's kind of buckets of our clientele where some behave or function in a similar manner, where they can be bucketed as one client type, so to speak. So it'd be nice to kind of identify those and segment those to where you can query that particular segment of clients versus other clients. So yeah, there's definitely a lot I want to expand on this, which I plan on doing over the course of the next few months. But as of right now, where it stands, this is not something that the business had before. Trying to find this information typically had taken hours. It would involve a lot of people, and the accuracy couldn't be validated. So this, I hope, finds use within the business as its current state, and I hope to make it even useful as it goes forward. So thank you for taking the time to look at it, worked on it, so I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you.